Hello YouTube, it's Boards Dude and I'm back with a discussion video. Today I'm asking the question, why did kids in the 80s not take to Rodimus Prime? So the reason I think Rodimus Prime didn't resonate with fans of the Transformers series back in the 80s is for a couple of reasons. The first one being Optimus Prime getting killed off in the 86 movie. Now of course, he got killed off along with other Autobots such as Ironhide and Prowl and Brawn, Windcharger and Wheeljack. And the reason we know now why they did this was because they wanted to introduce these new characters in the movie and Season 3 and sell those toys. What they didn't expect, and has been well documented, was that kids had grown very attached to Optimus Prime in the cartoon. Yeah, even though they already had the toy and people weren't necessarily buying Optimus Primes anymore, they didn't want this character to die. He was their hero, and killing him off was the wrong move. Hasbro learnt from this, they brought him back obviously, but also in other series such as G.I. Joe, when one of their lead characters was penned to get killed, he was actually put in a coma instead, which we know was never the plan now, but back then this was them playing it safe with another franchise that was quite popular at the time. We also have to look at how Optimus Prime and Rodimus Prime were written. Optimus Prime, as I've already said, was the Captain America, the tried and true. He always made the right decision. Even in the rare occasion that the wrong decision was made, it always worked out at the end. He knew right from wrong, good from bad. He was Captain America, Americana. If you look at how Rodimus Prime was written, it's completely different. And as an adult, you can understand what Rodimus Prime was going through. You know, he just became the leader of the Autobots at the end of the 86 movie, and he was now in charge of an entire planet. Plus we learned he had to be a diplomat for not only Earth, but other planets as well. He also suffered from second guessing himself, low confidence, and the way he was written, he didn't want to be the leader of the Autobots. He was always ready and willing to give up the Matrix. Heck, he gave it to a reanimated corpse of Optimus Prime. So he came off very whiny and very needy.
You see what I mean, old friend? I can't even keep the Autobots together. I don't think I've got what it takes to be our leader. Maybe it's time I turned over the reins to someone else.
If you look at it through an adult's eyes, when we go into, say, a new job, for example, a new role, we're not sure, we're always second guessing ourselves, you know, are we doing the right thing, should we be doing it another way? And we'll lean on other people in that company to just take their advice and their guidance until we get that confidence and understand, yeah, we're doing the right thing, yeah, we know what to do now and we're off to the races. Whereas with Rodimus Prime, that never seems to happen. In the show, he's always leaning on Ultra Magnus in particular to be his confidence, his strength. Now that makes Ultra Magnus look great, you know, Ultra Magnus, particularly in the Ultimate Weapon episode, is, you know, definitely showing that he is Rodimus Prime's confidence by saying, you know,
but you're doing a wonderful job. Trust yourself more, and in time you'll realize you're every bit as good as Optimus Prime ever was.
What seems to happen with Rodimus Prime, as I've noticed in Season 3, is he sort of becomes a background character for a lot of episodes and Ultra Magnus takes centre stage. Now, whether this was planned by the writers to sell more Ultra Magnus toys, because he did have similarities to the Generation 1 Optimus Prime figure, so they maybe thought that kids would gravitate towards Ultra Magnus in the end rather than their new bankable hero that didn't necessarily become their bankable hero, Rodimus Prime. When we get to, you know, Season 4, for the 3 episodes we had, you know, Hot Rod as he is now known, because Rodimus Prime was basically taken out the series when Optimus Prime came back. He's a non-player, and I think it's just the way Rodimus Prime was written. Through an adult's eyes, we see it and we can relate, but a kid really can't relate to that because they've not had to deal with those real-world pressures, generally speaking. I think kids, you know, want their heroes to be, you know, as I've already said, you know, that Captain America, they definitely know right from wrong, they always make the right decision, they always win at the end, whereas that didn't always happen with Rodimus Prime. So what do you guys think? Or maybe I'm wrong, maybe kids did like Rodimus Prime in the 80s, but generally when I'm, you know, sort of looking through, you know, forums and Facebook pages and that, there seems to be a lot of hate from G1 fans like myself in regards to Rodimus Prime, and maybe that's a dislike carried from how he was portrayed in the 1980s cartoon. Let me know your thoughts on Rodimus Prime in the comment section below, or if you can, a video response would be fantastic. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon with another video.